even want to know what was going on.
That was crazy.
Hello.
No way. Hi, my friends.
Hello. I already said that. It is currently 12:03 in the morning.
12:03.
You are getting late night. My bedtime is 9:30.
Okay.
9:30. I am old. I'm going to be 24 years old. That's a long time to be alive.
Wow.
Anyways.
Hey, people. Have you seen that video of Shawn Mendes?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen anything. Do you live under a rock?
Yes. If you quote me a Vine, though.
You've never seen that video of Shawn Mendes and he goes, wow, hey, people. He's bald.
No. I hated Shawn Mendes as a child. Ooh. Although there was this one TikTok that I saw. I'll see myself out. No. There was this one TikTok I saw where he was singing Stitches when he had a sore throat. And that was kind of nice. I could probably find it too. Hold on.
Well, let me show you the TikTok of him going, hey, people.
Okay, while you look for that, I'm gonna look for
I found it.
Oh, wow, you're fast. Okay, hold on. Can I search? Will that find it? Shawn Mendes.
Hey, people.
Look.
What? Oh, hold on, I wasn't watching.
Wow. Hey, people.
Is that supposed to be funny?
Wow. Hey, people.
Ooh. That's
not
awkward.
supposed to be funny. It is funny. So laugh.
Okay, so you're just like incredibly unfunny. I understand. Thank you. Okay, gotcha.
You wish you could be as funny as I am.
Okay.
Stay mad.
I am mad. I'm angry. Anyways, I literally think I'm losing my mind. Anyways,
Insane
sorry.
in the membrane.
Insane in the brain. You want me to sing you that? I can. I won't. I could.
Maybe after.
Oh.
I could, but I won't.
Okay. I want to put my hair up, but I don't want to look like a young boy.
Put it up in like a high ponytail behind your headphones.
Like that?
Like oh, so cute. Yeah.
That's
Wait,
like
that was
actually
so cute.
that was like rancid, and then my hair's in a knot. Hold on, I'll fix it.
Okay,
Anyways,
my bad for thinking you're cute. Whatever.
Oh, okay, no, that's
Don't
fine.
accept the compliment then.
I'll just like blind
Don't
myself.
sit
No
so
worries. Oh, hold on. The fact that I have all this power is so funny. Okay.
God, it's so funny. God,
I'm angry. Okay, you wanna know what I'm angry about?
angry.
That we haven't talked about craisins yet today.
Oh my fucking god.
Should I go get some?
No. You
They're-
could have done it when you were going to the bathroom before we started, Queen.
What a letdown. No, I like have to go get them. You tell them a fun story. I'm gonna go get some craisins, and I'm gonna remove myself from the stage so you can't see me on the floor.
Shoo, I don't know. You're putting me under pressure now. A funny story, guys. Oh my god, chat. I don't even know what to say. My life's kind of crazy. I can't think of a funny. I can't think of a funny story. I'm so sorry. Shit. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm under so much pressure. Thank God you're back. I couldn't think of. Oh, get those out of my face. I couldn't think of a funny story.
I just listened to you crash out for like 35 seconds. That was funny.
I couldn't think of.
I was like, wow, what a funny story, Maddie. Ha ha ha. Except it wasn't funny because there was no story.
Oh, in 2020, I was a very big One Direction TikToker before I was into hockey. So that's a fun fact for you.
Oh. Like how big? Like how many followers?
Like, I used to post, like, POVs, like, those cringy little POVs.
Oh, okay, that's
Those
enough.
would get, like, 500,000 likes. Like, people were eating my shit up.
That's where you peaked. I'm just kidding.
No, and they're still privated on my account. I'll have to show them to you. Not right now, though.
Damn
They're
it.
funny.
Okay.
Not right now.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. This is a hockey podcast. And a
Not One Direction.
a crazy
No,
podcast.
it's not a crazy podcast. It is not.
And today's sponsor.
Pepsi.
Sorry, that might have. Warning to headphone users.
Oh my god, I have goldfish in my room too. That's gonna be so nice to snack on. On.
It has been a really, really eventful
3
days for the
days.
Bruins. Yeah, because Don Sweeney finally rose out of his tomb and said, "Time to do my job."
He said, I'm gonna make these motherfuckers wait as long as possible. The day before free agency starts, we're gonna go bang, 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 bang. We're gonna
Seriously.
bang them up. I can't.
I
think he likes to keep us on our toes.
on your toes.
And you do.
I think the biggest breaking news. This is what everyone's been holding out for and waiting for. Ian Mitchell will not be a Boston Bruin next year.
Woohoo!
And let me tell you, I threw a little party. And honestly, no hate to Ian Mitchell. Man, I'm
he's a
sure
great
you're
guy.
lovely. And you were quite the man down in Providence. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You've haunted me.
That's actually shocking to me, realistically, because I would have thought they would have kept him in Providence because he was like decent down there.
He
Sorry.
probably wanted an NHL contract. If I had to guess, he probably wasn't willing to sign an AHL only deal.
And Don Sweeney looked at him and went, "Ha!" And kicked him to
chance.
the curb.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I can appreciate what he did for us out in Providence. I have been tortured watching this man pretend to be a useful, untraffic cone-like hockey player in the NHL for years. And let me tell you, it's nice to be free of that. We still have Patrick Brown, but he is our captain. He's actually getting the C in Boston. Fun fact.
Yep. Yeah,
That is why-
I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's what Don Sweeney's holding off. He can't announce it yet. But we heard
That is
the
why
inside
Pasta's
scoop.
jersey has the A on it. Because the C's already there. Anyways, that's why Patrick Brown was the first free agent signed. You're welcome. Insider info. You heard it here first. No, honestly, I'm thankful for what Ian Mitchell provided this organization. It has been part of my brand since entering the internet in October of 2023. But I can't stand that man.
Oh my god.
He haunts me.
We joined
Did
around
we?
the same time because I was
So cute.
November 2023.
So cute. We're adorable. I love that for us.
Aw, that's like an invisible string right there.
Aww. Taylor Swift mentioned Queen. Anyways.
I know another thing that everyone has been wanting to happen. Johnny Beecher gets extended. Oh,
Except my dad. My dad not pleased.
my mom goes, I told her this morning, I said, Mom, Johnny Beecher got a 1-year deal, yay. She goes, you told me yesterday. I said, what?
You just had to make sure that she knew, you know?
She said, I told her yesterday, but I didn't tell her anything yesterday. I told her about the other person resigning.
Oh. Awkward.
It's like, okay.
Okay. So, let's talk about this one-year deal for Jay Beach.
Yeah? That's question.
Give me your thoughts. Tell me how you're feeling.
I love talking about John Beecher. I'm so sorry. So, I'm so sorry. I love John Beecher. I'm sorry. John Beecher.
Do you love John Beecher more than I love Craisins? Ooh.
I don't know. You probably look at those craisins at night and go, I love you to heaven and back.
I do. I thank God every day for these Craisins.
Okay.
They're so good. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, John Beecher, if you're listening, you can come on the pod anytime you want. Anytime you want. You're always welcome. Okay, so this 1-year deal, right? I'm actually like, I'm pleased with it because I'm so glad that he gets a second chance and he got a little bit of a pay cut, but like, I get it because he didn't really show up last year. And I know that he can do better compared to last year because he needs to prove that he's like NHL material because who knows, for all we know he could end up in Providence, but he'd have to clear waivers, I believe. I don't know.
I think his is a one-way deal.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm really hoping because towards the end of the season, I know they said that he might have had to go undergo surgery this off season, but I don't know because apparently he was on the ice before Dev Camp today. But so I'm like really hoping this is his chance to like show off those skills that he learned in the development team, the U.S. National Development Team program, and then at UMich. And then now I want him to show off what he's got because he needs to prove that he was worth that 30th overall round, like first round pick. I want him to show, like, he's shown that he has the like speed and the agility to get across the ice in a matter of seconds. And he's shown that he's like good with faceoffs, and he's shown like, oh, I can go on a breakaway. He just needs to work a little harder at like succeeding at those things more, especially the breakaways, because last season I remember he had a few good chances. Like I remember I was at Madison Square Garden and I saw a really good chance, and I remember like, I don't know, there was one night where I was watching and I was like, oh my god, he had the best breakaway chance. He just can't like, he gets there but he can't finish them. And I want to see him succeed in that way. I want him to focus more on like getting the puck in the net. But I'm so happy he gets a second chance. The amount of people texting me and congratulating me today as if I was the one extending. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like he lacked consistency with the follow through last year. I will say his consistency never wavered on the faceoff. I think the faceoff he was particularly strong from start to finish. I just think
he was on the PK too, but every time he was on the PK, like the other team would score. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe we could improve there. There's another area of improvement. His speed though is good. I think his like spatial awareness and knowing like where he is on the ice is in a good spot. It can be improved, I think, because it wasn't something that really stood out to me, but it's better than some other players, namely Matt Patra. But anyways, but yeah, no, I honestly, I was shocked that they brought him back. When I saw the news that they were bringing him back, I'm like, honestly, I'm a little shocked. But I think if you're looking at the restricted free agents who were fourth liners, I think looking between him and Lauko, I would much prefer to give Beecher a second chance than to give Lauko another chance. I'm not the biggest Lauko fan. Don't get me wrong.
No, I get it because like he's had two chances or he's had one chance. They traded him and then he brought him back, obviously to show off for a reason, but he didn't do anything. So I think giving Johnny that extra chance is like so good for him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm happy for him.
So happy for him. I was literally mentally preparing for the worst. I was like, okay, like a few weeks ago, obviously, and I was like, okay, like I have to come to terms with like he's gonna get traded, and I literally like when Trent got traded, of course I was upset because like he was my first favorite player, but like I didn't cry about it, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because last year when he like scored a goal when I wasn't at the game, but everybody else that I knew was there, he scored a goal and I cried about it. But this year I just like kind of like, because I think I like gravitated towards different players where I was like, okay, I know these players will be around for a little bit. But like then like John had the worst season, and I was like, okay, shit. I was like, I'm screwed. I was like, I'm screwed. I'm gonna cry. I need to prepare myself. But then I woke up to the news. I literally heard about it last night, and then I woke
Shout
up at
out
like
insider
7.
information.
Yep. And then it was like 7 in the morning, and I texted Hannah. I was like, okay, maybe if I go back to sleep, like Johnny Beecher will be a Bruin when I wake up. I wake up, Hannah sends me a tweet. It says like Johnny Beecher signed 1 year, 900K, and I was like, oh my god! A random Tinder man sent it to me. He said, "Good morning. We hadn't talked in weeks." He's like, "Good morning." I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you think about me when you see John Beecher."
Can you
though
go to
you're a
bed
Devils
tomorrow
fan.
morning and hope for Justin Brazeau to be a
Brazeau.
Bruin once more?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll wake up at 7, and then I'll go back to sleep, and then when I wake up, he'll be a Bruin.
No, you'll wake up and my worst nightmare will be coming true.
No.
They're actually bringing in Mitchell back. I mean, he
They're
can't.
gonna do what they did to Lauko last season.
Yeah, no, for real. No, the my worst nightmare can't come true because the Florida Panthers have no cap space left. So there's no way he's going to be a Panther. Thank God for that. Speaking of Trent Frederick, though, just a little side quest. This isn't Bruins related, but it is hockey related. Let's talk about the Trent Frederick 8-year contract.
Oh,
8
my
years.
God. I have such mixed feelings about this because I feel like he has time to improve. Like I don't know, because like I wouldn't say like he's been at his peak yet, but at the same time he is like 27. So it's like I really don't know.
He's 27?
No, he might be 26. I think he's 26.
Okay.
1998, I think. Yeah, it was 98. So wait, 26. Sorry, not 27, 26. But like 8 years, I feel like is like 2 years he could be like horrible. Like he could be done. Like he could hit his peak next year and then he'd be done. So it's like I wouldn't have risked it for 8 years. I would have done probably like 3, maybe 3 at max. Like probably like 2. Because like you only saw him for a handful of games, and apparently half of those games he played, he was injured. I think. I don't know, but
I don't really know what the deal with the ankle injury was. It was unclear of when he came back and when he was still not fully cleared.
I'm confused because I thought it was. Hold on. Now I'm gonna look it up. But they said something about him having to. I don't know, but
I just think it is absolute crazy town to sign any third or fourth liner to an 8-year deal.
Yeah.
The only people that should be on that long of deals is like top pairing defenseman, starting goalie, like first line. Like he is signed as long as David Pastrnak was signed for. Like that, I don't know. That to me is just bonkers crazy town out of this world.
Yeah,
I would say an overpayment, just time wise. I think money wise, it's like right on the money with where he should be given his performance last season. Before the injury, I'm not dogging on the man for having an injury because let me tell you, Elias Lindholm had a back injury, and I will defend that till the day I. Maddie said, "Oh great, she's talking about Elias Lindholm again."
No, it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm just trying to see if there's a like.
Because if you're mad, I can take you off the stage.
That's correct.
Don't worry, I added you back in.
Oh my god, I can't believe that Charlie Coyle is a Blue Jacket.
That was crazy to me.
Yeah.
He, I guess, really just didn't gel in Colorado. I think Colorado's just having a really hard time right now. And I don't really know I don't even know how you would begin to fix whatever's going on there. Because, like, you have Nate McKinnon and you have Cale Makar, and then you just have, like, a pile of, like, other things. I'm sure there's other good players on that team, but those are, like, the two namesake players. I don't know. Cale Makar weirds me out. I won't lie. That's not a name that I'm, like, a fan of.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I just feel like you can't risk that long on a person you've only seen a handful of games with, too. Even if they were like the best defenseman in the league, I don't think that I would risk that. I would still want to see like, oh, maybe this is just a little stint. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like 4 years is the max I would have given him. I feel like 4 years is pushing it, but I feel like at least you're seeing him like in like the peak of his career, like 26 to 30 is usually where a player will find their peak if they're gonna have longevity in the league, but I don't know.
Right,
It'll be
right.
interesting to see how it plays out.
Right. Anyways.
Anyways.
We have a ton to talk about.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me refer to my list.
She found her
Okay,
iPad
we talked-
and she forgot how to act.
Yeah, no, let me tell you, me and this iPad, we're like joined at the hip. Okay. we talked about Johnny Beecher. Let's talk about Mason Lowry.
My other favorite ever. Okay. I am so happy that he re-signed. I didn't really have like my doubts that he wasn't gonna re-sign because good job
Anyway,
on eating
sorry.
all your craisins. Great job.
Pat on the back to me. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, I didn't lose hope that he wasn't gonna. No, I don't know how to word that, so I'm gonna word this differently. I didn't have my doubts that he wasn't gonna get re-signed. Like I was like, I don't know. I was expecting him to get re-signed. Let's just say I was expecting him to get extended. So, because the amount of like, I know he came out with like a -43. I think that's his plus minus. I don't know if that's his career plus minus or if that's last season's plus minus, but I know he came out. He had some rough games, but he had some really good games. And yes, he's inconsistent, and yes, sometimes he lets the goal go into the other his own net. Sometimes he lets that happen. I remember last season he let it happen, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's no way." But I think we have to remember he's 24 years old. This was his first season in the NHL, and he had to step up this season because McAvoy and Lindholm were out. Your two most tenured and some of the best defensemen. I wouldn't have said that about Hampus Lindholm last season, but this past season, the short games he played, holy shit, he stepped up and he was really, really good. Him and McAvoy were the ones like carrying our defensive pairings. Like they were the ones that had the team pretty much set for a few games. And then Lindholm went out, so it was Lowry was like, okay, this is fine, we can do this. And then McAvoy was out. So obviously the 24-year-old's gonna have to step up and do something. Like, who else were you gonna have do it? Which other defenseman were you gonna have do it?
Right.
Because I can name one that it wasn't. It wasn't Parker Wotherspoon, let's just say that. I love Parker, but no.
Not the spoon slander.
What were they going to do? Call Ian Mitchell up so he can lead the defensive pairings? No.
Our savior, Ian Mitchell. Yeah, I'm happy about the Lowry re-signing. I think he
so many minutes last season because of the injuries. Jinx. And he wasn't expecting that. Like, obviously you don't expect that in your second season in the NHL and your first full season in the NHL. He played how many games?
Yeah. And I think that
I'll defend him till I die. I don't even care. I don't care.
Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Let me find it
Lowry
again.
has no fans, I am dead, everyone. If he has no supporters, I am dead.
I think that he has a lot of growing to do defensively, but I think he has a lot of offensive pressure, which, I mean, makes sense. He was a forward for a long time before he was a defenseman.
Sophomore year of high school.
Yes, till sophomore year of high school. Thank you, expert.
I am the Mason Lowry expert. I am.
I will say, when I saw 3.2 million, my gut reaction was like, wow, that's a bit of an overpay. But the more I the more I thought about it, and the more I thought about how big of a role he stepped into this past season, and how much he stepped up in the face of adversity. $3 million isn't much of an overpayment. It was it's fine. It's middle of the road.
Wow.
That's good. I would not
Oh my
not
God,
have paid him any more.
I love the way you worded that. Wait, that's so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You said that you said at first I realized 3.2 is probably an overpayment, but then what I realized he faced last season, he does deserve that money. That was like so sweet of you. That was so poetic.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm a poet, and let me tell you, I know it.
Wow.
And I can rhyme like Dr. Seuss. Oh my God, look, a goose, a moose.
Wow, that was
Where are my shoes? I don't think that rhymes.
So poetic of you.
Thank you so much. I think that
the kindest thing you've ever said about Mason Lowry.
I've never said okay. Anyways, we don't need to talk because as soon as I open the door for you to start pulling up receipts of what I've said about Mason Lowry, this is gonna go south, and we're just gonna move on. Okay, I've turned over a new leaf. Anyways, I think that if he does not find a way to vastly improve defensively in the next 2 years, he will not be re-signed again. I think this 2 years is to give him time to cook it up and be defensive. You could be an offensive defenseman. Like, Hampus Lindholm walked that line beautifully last year.
Yes.
And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to give him more of a shot. I'm interested to see what the D pairings will look like, because we have a full set of defensemen. We have 7 defensemen, which we'll get to. But, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who else has been re-signed? The man of the hour.
The big one. Morgan
the man
fucking Geeky.
That wasn't what I was going to say, but okay.
We can go to the man of the hour.
My man of the hour.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, okay, fine. We'll talk about Morgan Geeky first.
No,
would you like me to? No. We've already brought him up, so we're doing it now. And also, do you want me to sing Pink Pony Club for you? I can.
I'll sing it with you. We can harmonize.
I'm not doing that. I just got nervous. I won't lie. I'm so sorry.
Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
How do I remove you from the stage?
You just... I'm a really good singer, I swear.
Okay.
Anyways.
Morgan freaking Geeky signed a 6-year extension for $5.5 million average per year. And let me just tell you, if you are upset about that amount of money for Morgan Geeky, you are insane, because that is a steal of a deal. That is your second highest goal scorer behind David Pastrnak. I'm so sorry. And you're getting him for half the price, less than half the price of David Pastrnak. I would be like kissing the earth that man walks on. He deserves every dime. And I hope he's getting a fat bonus somewhere in there. I don't know how that works. I don't really... If somebody wants to explain that, feel free. But I don't...
I get it.
That's not my business, but...
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. When I found out... So I was in the car driving back from Dairy Queen, and I literally, like, saw the tweet, and I was like, oh my God.
What'd you get at Dairy Queen?
The Mixing Bowl Blizzard.
Hell yeah. Okay, continue.
It's the best blizzard I've ever had in my life. It has like gobs of cookie dough, and it has like big like gobs of like brownie batter. Oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever ate. And it's like not mixed with like chocolate soft serve, it's mixed with vanilla soft serve. Do they have chocolate soft serve? Yeah.
Yes, I get it every time. That's the only thing I eat. I also can't have ice cream, but I sacrifice it anyways because I break out in full body hives.
Yeah, like, and it's mixed with like vanilla ice cream, so it's not too much chocolate. It's the best thing ever. I wish I had one right now, but it is 1 a.m. Anyways,
it's already 1 a.m. Okay, it's 12:32. Whoa, back there, Nelly.
So, like I was saying, when I found out that it was 5 years, holy crap, I like screamed in my car because I was like 5 years, 6 years. Sorry, I don't know, because I said 5 years because you said 5.5 million. That's crazy too. The 5.5 million is so cool because like you said, I didn't think about it when I didn't think about it like it's half as much as pasta when it's basically like almost the same thing. Not like almost the same thing, but like the amount of goals, like
Yeah.
close. Yeah, I literally, and I was like, I'm so glad he's staying a Bruin because I hope like next year he has another chaperone for his Bruin beat, and then like he doubled his goals with us, like literally. He's obviously meant, and the way he like loves you could tell he loves Boston. Like he loves the fans, he loves the arena, he loves his teammates. Like I'm set with this guy being a Bruin for life, if I'm gonna be honest. Like I love this man. And last season the hate for him was so forced. It was so forced. And all the switch ups are crazy. Like I like know he was so inconsistent and it was so sad because I loved him. I loved him. I was like, I love this guy. And then in the off season I was like, oh yeah, I really like this guy. Look at your sunburn. That's crazy. I was like, I really, really like this guy. And then he started picking it up this season. And I was like, I've always been a part of the Geek Squad. Like, I love this man. Anyways, your turn. Wait, did you already go?
Again? I can think of more things to say.
I love Morgan Geeky. Oh,
every Saturday.
Guys, I have a really important question. Now that Morgan Geeky has extended his stay with Boston, do you think he's going to go and see Dr. Lopresti?
No, he's a bald king and he's going to stay that way.
What the fuck was the attitude for?
Nothing. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm just a girl, okay? I hate when people say that.
I'm tired. I've had 3 Red Bulls today. I'm
and a large Diet Coke.
From Five Guys.
From Five Guys. Actually, it was a vanilla Diet. Yes. Okay.
I know you so well. Oh, I miss you so bad.
Let me do some ASMR. These are my stickers. You so like them?
Cute. I love them.
I
miss you so bad.
I miss you too. Okay. Next order of business. We have to get down to business to defeat the Huns.
Let's get down to business.
To defeat... I'm not going to sing. That's really bad. Okay. Next, we have my pride and joy. I don't know if it's Henry or Henri, but whatever you say over there in Finland, my king, Yoki Haru, signed a 3-year, $3 million... What's it called? And let me show you all what my father texted me today, because this is absolutely wild behavior. He sends me a screenshot of Yoki's hockeyreference.com page. Wild. He goes, why do they give this guy $3 million? I said, let me explain it to you, Matthew. I said, because the Florida Panthers... Okay, so in free agency, the market for a right-handed defenseman, very slim, not good. Very not good, okay?
Very not
and
good.
Very not good. And our depth down in Providence for a right-handed defenseman is even worse. It's terrible. It's god-awful, if you want to ask my opinion on it, but
is
who am I to
Fred
say?
Right or left?
I don't know. I don't know which way any of them shoot, but I can tell you right now, the depth, not good. And we just lost Ian Mitchell,
like our only one.
We lost our prized defenseman. No. So I said
pride and joy.
Yeah, no, no. I will cry more about that than I will about Jesper Boqvist and Justin Brazeau combined. But anyways, tears of joy. Psych.
Got him.
Anyways. Okay, hold on. And we got news yesterday, I think, that... Hello?
I wanted to grab my goldfish.
Oh, okay, bye. I'll continue explaining. We got news yesterday, I think, at some point in the past few days, that Aaron Ekblad and the Florida Panthers were getting close to contract negotiations or in negotiations and getting close to a contract. That is a massive thing of goldfish. That is absolutely wild. I love that for you. Anyways, and Aaron Ekblad was really the only good right-handed defenseman that was going to test the market at free agency, right? So you're in this weird spot where you have Yoki Haru here, and if you want my opinion on it, which no one asked, but God, am I going to share it with you? I think that Yoki Haru is the only reason that Nikita Zadorov looked like a functional hockey player at the end of last season. And say what you will, but that's the T. That is T.
That is a wild
Sigma.
Sigma.
Oh.
Skibbity
I don't know what Sigma means. Yeah. Skibbity. Ohio. It was not Ohio.
Skibbity Ohio Riz.
Ohio the Rizzler? I don't know. This literally feels like brain rot. I can't keep speaking.
I think, yeah, because what I said, remember
Do you disagree with that take?
No. Remember how I said that thing about Mason? I was going to say who else was going to do it, Nikita Zadorov, but then I said Parker Walters.
I thought you were going to say Nikita Zadorov, and I started saying it, and I'm like, you know what? I guess we're not going down that path today.
I
but
was
let me put
say that, but I didn't want to get canceled. So I
don't give a fuck. So let's flip it back and reverse it, because honestly, now that you've brought up Zadorov, because, actually, I don't think I can say that on here. I shouldn't. No, I need to have like some level of decorum.
Text it to me.
Right now, I can't talk and text. As soon as you start talking, I'll start typing. Okay?
Okay. What do you...
Oh.
Let me... what do you want me to talk about?
Do you have thoughts on Yoki Haru, or do you want to move on to someone else?
No, if I'm going to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to him a lot last season. Like, and that's, like, no offense to him. I just, like, he wasn't a standout to me. And I honestly, like, couldn't really pay attention to the new guys because I wasn't like used to them yet, so I didn't really notice even though you would think that would make them stand out, it didn't to me for some reason. I just kind of was focused on the ones that I was like, okay, like, let me watch Mason, let me watch John, like, let me see how bad they're doing, because I honestly can't focus on more than like 3 things at a time, my ADHD.
Oh, did you see what I said?
Yeah, and I can only guess who that's about.
Hey. I'm not calling out one. I mean, there are certain people that I have in mind when I say that. But I feel like it's the collective shift from one mindset to another, you know what I mean? And it was the same. Okay. I'm not gonna. This is rude. And sometimes you need to know when to shut your mouth. And right now is one of those moments. So we're going to move on to my boy, Marat Huznadinov. He got I didn't realize this was a 2-year extension for $925,000 a year. I loved Kuzi last season. I thought I think Maddie's completely frozen. This is absolutely hilarious. I love this for me. Yep, I think she just texted me. Hold on.
What the hell?
Oh, there you go. You're back. Oh, you're blurry. Honey, I think your Wi-Fi is bad. Oh, hold on. Are you back? She's buffering. Hold, please. Okay, anyways. I don't know what I was saying. I really liked Kuzi last season. I thought he showed a lot of speed, a lot of hockey IQ for somebody who's 22, 23 years old and hasn't really played much in the league. And I think it was a great trade by Don Sweeney. I mean, did we lose Justin Brazeau? Yes. And that's the T. Hold on. Hold, please.
Before we do this.
Oh, well, we're back.
Never mind. It's too late.
I can keep talking about things if you want to go do that.
Okay, yeah. I'll keep my AirPods in so I can hear it and listen in.
Great. It's like your own little personal podcast. We should start a podcast. If you saw that, absolutely hilarious. If you're hilarious. Anyways, okay. Kuzi, A+. Justin Brazeau is actually joining the pod, as you can see. Right there. Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Okay, please go put your glasses on. Oh my god. Okay. Next. Oh, we had... This is a big one. I have a lot of theories on this one. So, Michael DiPietro was signed to a 2-year extension, which was $812,500 average per year. So, the thing with Michael DiPietro being re-signed, he had a lot of interest on the free agent market, and I think an up-and-coming NHL team, a team who was in the midst of a rebuild, could have done great things with him and could have been a great spot for him to land, right? I think it's really interesting that the Bruins signed him to a 2-year extension because I think it was Scott McLaughlin who said it first on Twitter that he is not signed to a 2-way deal. So if he is going to, after training camp, get sent down to Providence, he would have to clear waivers. And with the interest on the free agent market, Justin Brazeau is exiting the stage. Maddie's back. With the interest that he had on the free agent stage, I think trying to waive him and have him clear waivers would be a smart business decision on Don Sweeney's end and like the front office's end. So my theory is that the Bruins are in the process of shopping and trying to offload the Korpisalo contract. I think a big part of that is because of the comments that were made to the media that, while not unjust, I don't think anything Korpisalo said to the media was untrue. I think him saying that he was unhappy with how the front office divvied up their games and he felt as though he should have gotten more playing time. I feel like that's more a conversation to be had in private and not really something I would have aired out to the media before even addressing it with my front office and like my agent and the GM and the coach and all that. I just think there's a time and a place, and that was neither the time nor the place. And I think just knowing how Don Sweeney is and especially how Cam Neely is, I don't think that's a player that if I am Don Sweeney, Cam Neely, front office, I don't think that's a player that I would keep around. Because we saw Cam Neely act very petty with the media during the Jeremy Swayman contract negotiations. So it's not unlike him to be petty and kind of drag the media in as well. But I don't know. That's my theory, because I don't think it makes sense to sign DiPietro if you're not going to try and utilize him as your backup. I mean, I think it could take as long as to training camp before they before they decide. I think that they might give them a fair shake, and then if it doesn't work out and DiPietro ends up taking the backup spot, I think then they might try and offload the Korpisalo contract, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Anyways, that's my theory on that. That's a hockey theory. Right? You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's a theory. A game theory. You don't know that YouTube channel?
What channel is that? Game theory?
Game theory, film theories. Any of those channels. Food theories?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna exit stage left.
She really exited stage left. Period, queen. Speak your truth.
Okay. Slay. Any thoughts on Michael?
I like Michael. I think Michael's a decent goalie, but I almost said once again. But the AHL is like, it's like a complete, I don't know if it's a complete 180 from the NHL or if it's a 90, but I would say it's like a little bit different than the NHL, obviously, because you're playing against AHL level players instead of National League levels. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's a totally different ball game. I feel like it's not as serious. Like, yes, they have the playoffs, but it's not as like, there's not as much pressure on them to like win it, I guess, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. They probably take it seriously, but it's like not as big as the Stanley Cup. And like, yes, everyone's trying to prove that they're NHL material, but obviously not everybody's going to be, and there's going to be a lot of players developing. So I feel like that makes a difference on like your goalkeeping, like your skills and like your save averages, and like, I don't know. It's a totally different ball game compared to the NHL, where you're going to have like Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon shooting at you. Like, come on.
For sure, yeah. I see your point. And I think the fact that DiPietro is completely untested in the NHL, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's played an NHL game yet. He might have gotten some exhibition games. That is my dog in the background, if you can see that. She's living her best life. He might have gotten some exhibition games last training camp, I don't remember because I think it was more a race between Corpusalo and Bussy for that backup spot. So I don't think he did, but I very well could be wrong. Are you looking it up?
No, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't think
was
he
just
did.
checking.
I don't think he played in any NHL game, but
Yeah. All right, is that everyone? Have I missed anyone?
Mike Callahan got extended. Yippee!
Yes. I think he'll end up being our 7th defenseman. Unless we sign another, like, smaller defenseman. Like a Parker Weatherspoon adjacent, because I don't think they're re-signing him. But yeah, he's on a 2-way deal, which is good. So is Merkulov. Georgi.
Yeah, which I heard a rumor that he asked to be traded out, but I guess not.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a sign and trade deal, because they didn't have him on contract, so they would have had to sign him to trade him. Kind of like what the Leafs did with Mitch Marner.
Such a sad day.
Yeah, I know. One of my friends on Twitter, Rachel, she loves Mitch Marner. And it's been a sad, sad day for all of Toronto. Okay, that's all I have down on here. Is it question time? We have a lot of questions. We're already at 46 minutes? Whoa. Crazy. I'm gonna stop singing. Maddie's chewing, so I'm just trying to fill dead air, and it's stressing me out, so,
Okay.
maybe she'll be done soon, but I don't really know. I'm gonna start listing off all the verbs I know.
Hello?
Run. Oh,
You
hi.
can't hear me?
No, I can now.
I'm like sitting here being like, hello, hello, hello. Okay.
Hold, please. I had to yell at my dog, so she stopped rubbing her ears. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why I needed to be back for this. Please start talking, or I'm just going to keep talking.
Okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with the very first one. Alright. This one's from DJ, I think. Thanks again for helping me with the travel playlist. Yes. Such an icon. Thank you. You can send it to me, sure. Second, are you guys excited for the Bruins rebrand, and how nervous are you going into the draft on Friday? So this was pre-draft. We didn't even talk about James Hagan.
I know nothing of the draft. Me and the draft don't know one another.
So we drafted a kid named James Hagan, seventh overall.
No, I knew him. I knew
him
that
from the Islanders, because the
Oh my
Islanders
god,
really
we are.
wanted him. I saw a video
We're
of
little
the Islanders.
Steelers.
I am especially. Anyways,
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So, I saw a video from the Islanders draft party, and when the Bruins announced James Hagan, people were leaving.
No, that's so funny.
Yeah, so we drafted
That's so
James
funny.
Hagan, and I don't really know anything about like as how he is as a player, but I think he's going to BC, which is not shocking.
Where they all go, they might as well be called the Boston Bruins College. Because doesn't what's his name from last year goes there too? Dean Letourneau. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so there's so many of them. There's Andre Gasso goes there too. Oscar Jelvik, Jelvik, I don't know, goes there. That other guy we drafted this year, Will Moore or whatever, is that his name? The tall one, he's tall and skinny. No, maybe not Will Moore. Might be somebody else. I don't know. I don't know.
There is a Will Moore though.
Yeah, he might not be the BC one. He was the one that we drafted at the very end.
Oh, I don't
I don't know. Anyways.
Okay. Curious question for both of you. Aside from TD Garden, what are some NHL arenas you'd love to visit for this upcoming season? Well, I can't go very far because I don't have a lot of money. So I like going to Prudential Center. Prudential Center is very, compared to TD Garden, so spacious. Like, literally, you could be walking around, because in TD Garden, it's always crowded. There's always lines everywhere. In Prudential, there's so much space to walk around, and I literally love it. Like, the atmosphere though when you're wearing the opposite team's jersey isn't the best because you'll get chirped, but it just like it's a really great arena, and I know that I want to go to Madison Square Garden again because I got like last minute tickets and they were really bad seats. So I'd love to go see to Madison Square Garden again, but I'm not sure because those tickets are pricey too. Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to a game at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. Yes, I love Pittsburgh. They're my second team. And if you beef with that, I beef with you. Anyways, yo, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to offend anyone with that. But yeah, no, I would love to see a Penguins game in Pittsburgh because I went to the Penguins Bruins game in November, and I did wear my Penguins jersey to the Garden, and it was a lovely time. And yeah, I met some great Pittsburgh fans at the bar inside of what's it called? Hub Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's where I would like to go. I don't know any other arenas, nor do I want to go to any of them because I hate every other team in the league. One arena I don't want to go to is the one in Toronto, like really bad. Yeah, I said it. I don't know. I'm so fucking tired. My bedtime was 4 hours ago.
You had 3 Red Bulls. Lock in.
I'm caffeine crashing. Anyways, okay, next question. Ask it or you're nothing.
Name a player you'd love to see get traded just for the chaos and drama.
Connor McDavid.
That's what DJ said. I wish it was Drysdale and McDavid because they need a change of scenery.
I want to see what would happen the day the Pittsburgh Penguins trade Sidney Crosby.
Yeah,
there are so many rumors going around that he's going to the Avalanche to be with his BFF Nate McKinnon. They're best friends.
Yeah, I
they
think
love each other.
There's a video. There's a picture of like him commenting on one of those posts and saying fake news.
Yes, Nate. This is so funny. Nate McKinnon and Sidney Crosby were at a bachelor party together.
Yeah,
for someone they know, and there were rumors going around that Sidney Crosby was getting traded, and I think this bachelor party was like in the middle of the woods or somewhere with like not a lot of service, I think. And Nate McKinnon like found service and responded and said that it was not true and it was like lies. It was so funny. He's so such a weird guy. Nate McKinnon's like I don't know how to explain. I don't have words for that, but he's
like Nate McKinnon.
He's so weird. He's funny.
I don't know. I feel like Quinn Hughes going to the Devils just would cause so much tension on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure.
Because half the time it's like people are like, "Oh, he wants to go play with his brothers," and then other people are like, "No, he doesn't." Or I think he does, but it's just like I don't think he would change at all if he was on the team with his brothers. I don't think he'd stop seeing demons. I think he'd do the same old thing, and people are like, "Oh, he'd probably be happier." I don't think that would happen. And I feel like that's a good one. And I know Will and Macklin are fucking rookies, but I think it would be crazy to see them get torn apart and to see what would happen with that.
Yeah,
because I feel like everyone would go insane, insane. There was a moment in the draft where John Gibson got traded, and then one lady in the crowd goes, "No!" I think that another moment like that would just be so funny.
That would be funny.
Let's go to the next one. Oh, thoughts on Trevor Zegras trade to the Flyers and reuniting with Jamie Drysdale? So
I say,
or Hannah doesn't have anything to say about it at all. I personally, when I first found out, I wasn't a hockey fan when they played together, but I do think that they're so I was like, oh my god, they're so cute, blah 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 blah. But then I saw on Twitter that it's oh, Jamie's kind of being cold towards Trevor because he got traded to be with him and like all this stuff, and it's like, oh, like maybe something happened behind the scenes that we didn't see. You know what I mean? And I just am like anxious to see how it goes, like if they fall into that same dynamic again, or if they're kind of just like standoffish with each other, or if they're like forcing it. Like, you know how some people do that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm like nervous. I'm a little anxious about this trade. But Trevor Zegras is 4 hours away now, so I kind of want to make a trip to Philly. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they're best friends, and I think that their relationship is very, very close. And I feel like they're just gonna fall back into their old pattern, even if there is some like weirdness about like Trevor getting traded to be with Jamie. I don't know. I think they're just gonna find their way back to their groove and just be best friends again. The best of friends, even. I don't know. But yeah, that's my theory. A hockey theory. Can I like trademark that? Can someone like work on that? Who do I contact about that? Huh? I have not even a goddamn clue what you're saying. Yeah, Pete, can you get on that?
Okay, who in the NHL has the best hair?
Like head of hair?
I guess.
Oh, okay. I don't know what else I thought it meant. Maybe facial hair. Head of hair.
I really think Will Smith from the San Jose Sharks in that one clip of him talking to Macklin Celebrini, telling him good luck. And that one specific, like his Team USA hair was so good. And I like when he too.
Yeah. I don't know what anyone's head looks like. All I know is that I think Justin Brazeau, when he has a buzz cut, has the worst hair in the NHL.
Oh, and that's all he does anymore.
Yeah, that man has not had hockey flow in years. That's fine. I'm not mad about it. I just don't like the buzz cut. I have the game day poster on my desk at work, up in my cubicle. And let me tell you, every day I look at that buzz cut and I go, ugh. And then I start my day.
It hasn't. It's your morning routine. That's your morning coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I don't drink coffee. I go and get to work. I need to go to bed so badly. This fucking insane.
Is about Geeky's resigning. So, blah 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 blah.
We already talked about that.
Yeah.
What's the next part?
The next part. What's your guys' funniest crush confession? I don't know.
I could say something, but it's not funny to anyone except me, and it's actually really traumatic, so I'm not going to tell my story.
Oh, I'll tell mine because it's not that traumatic.
So mine's like deadly traumatic.
So when I was a freshman in high school, I really liked this kid. And one day after school, we were going to go to a football game. So it was me and two other girls and this kid. And so basically the two other girls had something they needed to do before they came back for the football game. Like one had an appointment and one had to go home and do homework because she lived like right down the street. So it was just me and this kid. And this kid, I'm like 14, 15 years old, right? And I'm like panicking because it's just me and him. So we're outside of our school, like sitting on the grass. And he's like, he was kind of an asshole. So he's like, oh, kiss me. And I was like, okay, like whatever. And I was shaking. Like I had never kissed anybody. I was shaking. So he knew I was nervous. So he pulled back and he's like, okay, like let's try again. And I was like, okay. So I leaned in and I was shaking and I was like, no, I can't do it. And then he was like, if you don't kiss me, I'm going to go home. Cause he lived literally right around the corner. And I was like, no, like you can't. And then I would try it again and I couldn't do it. And he stood up and he started walking and I'm like, no, come back. And he's like, what? Do you have separation anxiety or something?
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Yeah, it was so mean, but it like now that I look back at it, it's so funny. Like he ate me up.
Yeah.
He got my ass good. I
have
think it was like separation anxiety or like he said separation issues or something. I don't know. and then he left me there, and I was all alone. He was so mean. He was so mean.
Do I have any funny stories? Oh my god, I remember in middle school, this was probably like 6th grade, my elementary school merged with a second elementary school for 6th grade, so it was 2 separate like groups of kids that like grew up together, and now we're all in the same class, right? So I'm like in this middle school, and first day of school, I see this kid. If my best friend is listening to this, you know exactly who this is talking about. His name was Patrick, just in case anyone was wondering. Iconic. Anyways, I loved Patrick. I did. I thought I did. If I knew what love was back at the ripe age of however old you are in 6th grade. And one of my friends at the time, I refused to speak to this kid, like, face to face. I would say things to my friend, and she would go tell Patrick, and Patrick would give her a response, and she would come tell me, and that was the only way we communicated.
Wow.
So yeah, that's my non-traumatic story. Slay.
That's so funny.
Anyways.
Toby wants to know.
Who are you, Toby?
Toby is my friend's little cousin.
Slay, Toby.
He said, who instead of Marchand do you wish we traded? Nikita Zadorov.
Hell yeah. You took the words out my mouth.
Who said that?
Nikita Zadorov. Who said that?
Who said that? Okay, I'm cutting off some of these questions because we're already at an hour, so I'm cutting some of them a little short. Okay.
That's okay.
This one's from Jimbo. Jimbo, this is a great question. I love this.
I love Jimbo.
This is like such a creative question. In a zombie apocalypse, what 3 current Bruins would you want to help you survive?
Oh,
not Mason Lewis. He's an idiot. He'd get me killed immediately.
Oh, for sure. I know exactly who I would pick. First of all, Morgan Geeky.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's a big brain behind that bald head. Second, Jeremy Swayman. Home Dog is a survivalist.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
Third, I have to say Hampus Lindholm. Solely for the entertainment, because he just seems like a fun guy to hang out with. Oh my god, wait, no. I would take Elias Lindholm, but I just know that man is just there. He's just a pretty face. I don't think there's much going on behind his eyes. He's an indoor kid.
He's sheltered. Very
sheltered. Okay, your turn.
I would agree with Morgan Geeky and Jeremy Swayman, I feel. Like, I would agree with those two, and if I'm picking someone for entertainment, I gotta think about that. Like, Mason Lorenz is so fucking stupid. Like, I gotta bring him, right? But, like, he'd get killed first. He would get me killed.
Better him than you. Oh, no. You leave him behind and run.
No, I wouldn't want to leave him behind. I'd feel too bad. I'd be like, please don't die.
Don't feel bad. He's Ginger.
Me. I love him. Stop it. Maybe I'd bring Johnny along. But I feel like Johnny also doesn't have a big brain behind those blue eyes. Like, he cannot help me.
He's doing his best, and that's all that matters.
Huh. For entertainment. I guess, yeah, probably. I don't know. Mason, I feel like, would be funny to, like, try to watch him survive in the zombie apocalypse. So I guess that. Oh, thoughts on the New Jerseys? We didn't talk about the jerseys.
I love the New Jerseys.
I'm obsessed with them.
My Elias Lindholm jersey is gonna slap. And I'm gonna have Maddie help me bedazzle it. And by help me, I'm hoping she'll just do the whole thing. Yeah, she's nodding. Thank literal God. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love you.
I love you too. See, I really want a Beecher one, but I might not buy one until the end of the season if he's doing well. Because I don't want to buy it 2 weeks in and then him fall off. Because last season he had a really hot start when I started bedazzling my jersey. And then he just fell off in the middle of me bedazzling it. And then I was done with it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like scared he was going to get traded because obviously it's hung up on my wall bedazzled. Like, I'm not. Whatever. But,
right.
Yeah, I want to get one of those. But I also said if Lowry got re-signed, then I would buy his jersey. But I can't buy 3 jerseys in the matter of like 3 months, so I have to like chill out.
Yeah.
Because I also said I want a geeky jersey, but I mean,
We're
I've got
getting geeky
plenty of time to
t-shirts.
buy that. We are getting geeky t-shirts because if you remember a few weeks ago, we did promise each other if he got re-signed, we would get those matching name things. Okay. Next one. Next one is
Next
talking
question.
about the draft. Okay, so we talked about the draft a little bit, but I think that Matthew Schaefer, oh my god.
That's such a
Matthew
sweet thing that the
Schaefer,
Islanders did with his jersey.
Yeah. He's such a sweet kid, he seems, like, from the videos I've watched. And then, like, the funniest moments from the draft were, like I said, that lady yelling no. Like, the number 5 overall draft pick was sitting at home on the farm because he couldn't miss milking the cows for the NHL draft.
That's funny.
I think his name is Brody Martin or Brady Martin or something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
so
Brady Martin.
Yeah. Like, it's so funny.
That is hilarious.
And then freaking I don't know his first name, but McQueen getting drafted and then
Roger.
flying out to getting flown out to Disneyland in a helicopter.
That's hilarious.
I saw a tweet that said, no, respectfully, like, if I was sitting at the draft for 5 hours and the kid behind me got to go to Disneyland, like, 2 minutes into the draft, I would be pissed. I was like, that's crazy. Oh my god. Okay. This one's from my friend Josiah, my queen that I haven't seen in so long. Okay. When did you get into hockey? Was there something that made you get into it? I've told this story once and I'll tell it before. My ex-boyfriend was the reason I started watching hockey. And that man had a downfall after that.
But Maddie still talks to him. Can everyone shame her?
Holy shit, you don't need to expose me like that.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, I aired out you a few weeks ago, remember?
Yeah, I do remember actually. Pulling up our text messages with the invisible ink. So yeah, before we started recording, never mind. I'll keep my mouth shut.
My ex-boyfriend got me into it, and our relationship kind of had a downfall after that. Let's just say he was very insecure, and his mom turning to him saying that I'm never gonna love him like I love Trent Frederick was insane, and that was, yeah,
that is bonkers behavior.
Insane.
What was the question?
Oh, there it is. When did you get into hockey? Was there something that made you get into it?
Oh, I was born
2023.
I was born. My dad and my grandfather were big hockey fans growing up, and I just kind of, like fell into the Bruins, just being born in or around Boston. I'm not near Boston. I'm like an hour south of Boston. I'm like closer to Cape Cod. But in case you're wondering whereabouts I live, I'm so happy to provide that information for you all. Anyways, that's kind of how I got into it. And then the Penguins, my favorite YouTuber circa 2012 was a huge Penguins fan. She lived in Canada, though. Wild times. And I said, you know what? You like them, I like them. And that's literally how I became a Penguins fan. Anyways.
That's some crazy Hannah lore right there.
It is. I love telling that story because everyone's like, oh my God, like, you don't live near Pittsburgh. Like, did you go to school there? I said, no, I went to school in New Hampshire. And they're like, why do you love them? I'm like, because Samantha of 2012 said, I love the Pittsburgh Penguins while I live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And here we are. I said, me too, girl, me too.
That's actually crazy.
Crazy lore. Someone should remember that for trivia night.
The next, we play Kahoot. The next,
how fun would okay? I'm so sorry. How fun would that be?
We go live on like something when we're together.
How do we do that?
Are you trying to make one?
No, I know how to make a Kahoot. I'm the Kahoot queen. No. I mean like go live on things. Like, can we do that here?
I don't know if you can go live on this, but you can definitely go live on like other apps.
I think you have to be able to. We'll talk to Pete.
So her other
Forgive
question
me.
was,
I'm so tired.
Wait,
I'm gonna stop
was-
talking. We're talking over each other. Why am I still talking?
her other question was favorite players, and I can guess Hannah's right now. Ian Mitchell, Patrick.
That is crazy behavior. Wow.
No, for real though.
Maddie's
she
are
likes-
Nikita Zadorov, Jacob Lauko. You want me to keep going?
Don't forget Matt Patra.
That's crazy. That's bonkers.
Okay. No, for real though, Hannah's are she really loves Jesper Bogvist. She loves Justin Brazo. She loves
Rest in
Elias
peace, babes.
Lindholm. She loves Casey Middlestat, Yoki Haru,
Yeah.
Morgan Geeky.
I wouldn't say he cracks the top 5, but he's there.
I think those are the most.
I think Maddie's are as follows.
This one's easy.
Johnny Beecher, Mason Low-Rye, Trent Frederick, Matt Patra. Dare I say Fraser Minton?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just an idea. Just a thought.
That's crazy.
Anyone else?
Zegers right now.
Oh, yeah. Which one of the Hughes brothers you like? Luke? Is that the one?
I love Luke Hughes and Quinn Hughes, but
Yeah.
I don't like Jack Hughes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like any of the Hughes. Is that bad?
No,
I don't mind Quinn.
I just like
Poor Quinn.
I like Quinn's little wings when they hang out of his helmet.
I like when Quinn's like amidst a depressive episode and gives me another
like-
reaction meme to save. Yeah, when he's like literally like mid shift, he's contemplating his demons.
The picture. Have you seen the picture of the kid that got drafted to the Buffalo Sabres?
No.
Oh no, you've not seen this. I have to show it to you. Hold on. It's coming. It's so funny. I can't believe you've never seen this.
I might have. I just have no recollection of what you're talking about.
Where's the picture? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I can keep talking.
Okay, please do while I wait for this.
About what? What's the question?
Oh, I'll go to the next one so you can start the next one. Who do you think
okay,
is getting
got
to
it.
see this season? Patrick Brown. We already went over this.
Yeah, Patrick Brown. Hello. And if not Patrick Brown, then obviously Nikita Zadorov. Can we talk about that? Can we? Okay, in all honesty, to answer the question, David Pasternak, I think, is getting the C. Let's talk about why
I want it to be McAvoy
people.
though.
Fair enough. I respect either because I think that they're going to work in tandem, and it really doesn't matter which one of them truly wears it.
Yeah.
However, let me just address the rumors of Nikita Zadorov wearing the C, because let me tell you what is crazy town bonkers, wild insanity crack talk from you people. Yeah, you people. I hate when people go you people, but you people that I will not even be associated with y'all. In what crack ass world where this man has like one like mid as fuck season. I'm so sorry. He barely did anything for us. Just because he's a good locker room guy does not mean that we name him the C when you have Charlie McAvoy and David Pasternak. And hell, I would even say Hampus Lindholm standing right there. I would sooner give the captaincy to Patrick Brown before Nikita Zadorov. And if you know me, you know what kind of crazy crack ass backward statement that is.
That is crazy. Sorry, I'm trying to find this picture. I really need to find it. It's so funny. I go on TikTok way too much because I'm trying to find it on my TikTok. Oh my god, when was the draft? Friday?
Saturday. Saturday.
Oh yeah.
It depends what round he got drafted in.
Oh, I can't remember. So sorry.
It's okay. What else can I talk about? Did you know? I don't have any fun facts actually, I'm gonna recite the craisins box. Ingredients: dried cranberries,
God.
parentheses,
I gotta
sugar,
find this
comma,
fast.
cranberries, close parenthesis. Refined sunflower oil is used as a processing aid. Cranberries are tart, so we add real sugar for taste. Distributed by Ocean Spray Cranberries Inc. or its subsidiaries, a grower cooperative, Lakeville, Middleborough, Massachusetts,
Here it is.
02349 USA, 1-800-662
Here it is.
3263. Okay, sorry, I had to finish reading my box.
This is what the picture is.
Oh,
That's
wow.
like just a caption, but like look at how miserable he looks.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It's so
The caption's hilarious.
yeah. Okay, the next question.
Oh yeah.
So who do you think's getting the C? Who do you think's getting A's? I think Morgan Geeky should get at least one letter.
I don't
I
think he
don't
will.
care if it's an A. I don't care if it's a C. It could be a B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I don't care. It could be any letter. Put a letter on that man's jersey.
He actually has 6 letters. They spell geeky on the back. I personally
That was
don't
quick,
think that
Matt.
Morgan Geeky. I know. I don't think that. I think either Puster or McAvoy will get the C. The other one will get the A. I think Hampus Lindholm gets the second A. I think if one of them is sick, Morgan Geeky would step up and wear the third A. But I think he would be like an alternate to the alternate. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
I think Lindholm just has more skin in the game than him. And that's on the T, but he is part of the leadership core, and that's all that matters because they really don't operate in any other way except for like as the core like group and not just people who wear letters. In my opinion. And that's the T. Maybe. I don't know. Next question, please.
Next question was about the jerseys, but we already went over the jerseys, so.
Okay.
The next one's from DJ2. What a week for Sweeney, am I right? Do you think he's gaining a little bit of the fans' trust back, or will he have to wait until free agency in the upcoming season to determine that? There's obvious a little bit he's trying to ease his way back into it. And I think he kind of is because people are satisfied with what he's doing.
Yes.
Which is shocking for once. But
yes.
Like they were a little shocked about John, but like I don't know. I think he deserves one. I'm biased, but he deserves one last chance to prove that he was worth that 30th pick.
Yeah. I think that he has done a lot and he deserves credit where credit is due for this past weekend. It was not a week, it was 3 days. He's had 3 good days. Oh, I'm not willing to give him more credit than the literal bare minimum. I think tomorrow will be very telling. I think if he goes and extends a long, high-paying offer to Brock Besser, we're gonna have a lot of problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would sooner rather sign fucking Lauko again. I would rather sign a copy clone of Nikita Zadorov.
Ian Mitchell.
I would sooner rather sign Ian Mitchell, thank you. I was trying to think of a player that we don't have before I wanted to sign Brock Besser. Now, you might be wondering, I don't think anyone asked this, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Hannah, who do you want? Is that a question for free agents? Is that...
sure.
Did someone ask that?
No.
Okay, great.
No.
I'm asking... Hold on, I'll go type it in the form. No. I'm going to metaphorically type it in the form, and I'm going to answer it because I really want to talk about this. You want to know who I want top of my list? Nikolai Ehlers. Okay, yeah, I mean, obviously, he is the list. However, if I cannot have that because that's an unrealistic dream and Don Sweeney hopes that I cry every day myself to sleep, I'm losing it. It's so fucking... You all knew what you were signing up for by tuning into late night. Yeah, no, this is like... I'm out of my mind. But anyways... Nikolai Ehlers. You want to know who else I want? Jeff Skinner. Do I think Jeff Skinner's the fix to all of our problems? I don't even think he fixes one problem. However, the vibes, simply immaculate. Sign him up. Justin Brazeau, I've heard, is pretty good. I don't know much about him. He's pretty underground. He's pretty underground.
Right.
But I can appreciate a man without a buzz cut, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I've heard he has a buzz cut.
Oh, that's okay. Hair grows back.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've heard that like that's like his main hairstyle right now.
That's really weird that you would say that. Anyways,
I don't know.
and
I've never seen him without a helmet on though.
yeah, my final crack hope for tomorrow. The Penguins are working on re-signing him, and they're still in contract talks. But if he doesn't go to the Penguins, I would love Phil Tomasino because he was a great third liner for the Penguins, second liner. So I think he could be a valuable third line piece because right now the cap sheet guy has Patra and Fraser Minton on our opening day roster, and I think that is a pipe dream.
I don't
in
think
and of itself.
I don't think Potsy would get the spot.
I think maybe, but I don't. I'm not confident.
I think Fraser, I've said this once and I'll say it again. Fraser's going to get an opening spot over Matt, I think, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess we all will have to see during the exhibition games, but last season, I think it's a big difference. Yeah. What were the emotions like when our favorite Morgan Geeky got extended and who danced Pink Pony Club? I sang Pink Pony Club in my song in my car.
I sang that Pink Pony Club in my bed.
I was on my way home from Dairy Queen with my coworker, and we were singing Pink Pony Club, and he looks over at me and he goes, "You killed that." I said,
"Iconic."
Thank you. Who is a Penguin that you think will have a good season besides Crosby, Malkin, and Letang?
That is a good question. I genuinely don't even know who is still on that team. I know that they're not extending qualifying offers to literally any of their players. I have no fucking clue. Who is on that roster that's not Sidney Crosby?
I don't know.
I know Erik Karlsson's not going to have a good season. You want to know who I hope has a good season? Pardon me, I forgot my goalie boys. Obviously, there's Ned. I love Ned, but I really hope that they trade Jari. I'm so tired of that, and I don't mean here, Don Sweeney. Please close your ears. I know you're listening. He is a certified Puck Princess listener. Let me fucking tell you.
Bobby confirmed that because of the Johnny Beecher extension.
Absolutely,
Don did that for me.
Yeah, that's my Ned. I love Ned. He's a guy. He is a guy. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm so sorry.
Don did that Beecher extension for me. He said, "There's one girl that really likes him. Let me extend him. Let me give him one last chance. She's been one final chance. She's been please. Have you seen that?
Somewhere just umbrella. No. What is that?
Oh my god! You've never seen that? Pleek.
No.
It's Rachel Berry from Glee. She fucks up her Niana audition and she goes, "Pleek," because she wants the director to come back. So...
Who's Rachel Berry?
From Glee?
I've never seen that. I've seen like one episode of Glee, and it's this one episode where the guy that plays Barry in The Flash, he's singing he's like facing off against this other guy singing a song
in the parking garage.
Yes,
and he throws a slushie in his face, and it's actually rock salt that cuts his eye.
I don't recall. I just remember there was singing, and I saw a clip on TikTok.
Sorry, I know a lot about Glee. That's my comfort show.
Oh yeah, no, I've never seen that.
I have to show it to you, but I don't want to show it to you now because they're already at like an hour and a half. But she's like,
holy shit.
She's like, "Pleek" instead of "please."
Yeah.
Like, "Pleek."
Oh my god.
For me, how does it feel seeing James Higgins get compared to Jack Hughes coming from the Devils side of your two favorite teams? I want to be honest with you. I don't pay attention to the Devils, so I haven't really been paying attention to what's going on. I say they're a favorite team, but that's just because like my friends will take me to games and like they're the only other team that I really know. I can't keep up with two teams. I can only keep up with one. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, I give so much props to the people like Hannah who can watch two teams, who can keep up with two teams. I can't keep up with our own fucking players. Like I said, when the new people came in, I couldn't even keep up. And you would think that I would be keeping up with them more than the people that we already had. But no, I couldn't keep up. So that's how I feel about that subject. But thank you for your question.
I love that for you.
What do you think could happen on Tuesday in free agency league-wide?
I
Hellfire.
hope to God Brock Besser goes anywhere that's not Boston. I will personally donate to a GoFundMe to fund him out of Boston. Anyways, no offense, Brock. I'm sure you're great. I just don't. I don't want you.
We had a conversation a few weeks ago on the pod, and I was like, I would like to see him come. And you're like, yeah, he'd be a good fit. And now you're like, I don't want him here.
I said no such thing. And if I did say that,
yes, you did.
Someone delete that.
You said, oh, he is a right wing or whatever, or a right defenseman, and we do need a right defenseman. That's what you said. You were like, he could be a good fit. I remember.
I didn't say that.
Specifically, you're lying. You're gaslighting me.
You need to comb through. You need to comb through the last 3 episodes and find me where I said that.
I will. I
don't recall that. Okay.
Don't play with me because I'll find it. Because I remember I couldn't pronounce his last name, and you're like, oh, Brock Besser, and I was like, yes. Yeah,
and then I said, ew, Brock Besser. Bleh.
No, you did not.
I'm sure that's exactly what I said.
You fake ass bitch.
In other news, can someone please delete every podcast episode from the last 3 weeks? Can someone do that real quick?
She's not even denying it.
I don't recall saying that, but I don't recall anything that ever comes out of my mouth, so...
I'm gonna find it.
Anyways,
somebody's gonna find it.
Next question. Are there any more? Are we done?
There's one more response.
Okay, one more. We can do one more. We got this.
Okay. Okay. How happy are you guys that Morgan Geeky signed 6 years? So happy. Love
so
that
excited.
Man. What free agents will the Bruins sign? So I guess there was.
We already did that. Not Brock Besser. Brought to you by me.
I'm gonna go find that clip.
Iconic. Well, while you do that, I'm going to sleep because it is 1:30 and I have to be up at 7 o'clock to go to work.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That's my fault because we were yapping before.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to be up anyways. I've had 3 Red Bulls. I'm shaking. I'm literally vibrating. It's like...
Are you having heart palpitations? Please don't die.
No, no heart palpitations.
Please don't turn into a microwave. You're too sexy.
I'm too sexy.
Please don't turn into a microwave.
Okay, well, I think this is the end of the road, folks. This will be the final episode of Puck Princess, because I'm having heart palpitations. Just kidding.
Don't say that. Don't scare him like that. Come back next week. Or not.
Come back next week to find out if she dies or not. Iconic. Anyways, I'm not going to die, I promise.
This is the longest episode we've had.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half.
Oh my god.
Almost.
Wow. Oh my god, we are
Guys,
iconic.
This is going to be such a good episode.
Okay, well, by the time you're listening to this, we'll know if Brock Besser is a Bruin or not, and fucking god, I hope not.
I hope he is. He probably won't be, but I hope he is.
Okay, alright, well, this is farewell.
Wish us luck.
I love you all. Have a crazy.
Good luck tomorrow during the free agency day.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, technically, it is free agency today, because it's technically Tuesday.
It is.
Okay.
Everybody have so much fun with it.
We love you all. Thanks for listening if you've made it this far.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, friends.
Bye.